Hello, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. Just wanted to come in and say hi and see who wanted to do some listing. I was going to try and do a little work this evening. Headache is somewhat at bay, so I think I'm okay with that. So I thought I'd come and see who wanted to come on and hang out with me. Let me go over to the chat. Come on, come on. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Karen's at the beach. I was at the beach. That's cool, Sassy. No worries. I just thought I'd come on and see what was going on. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Hey, Jay Thrifts and Flips. Oh, sorry, Carla. Just when I thought I was going to bed. Now you got me up and working. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, you don't have to work on my account. Heck, I don't even know if I'm working. I am going to work. I got to get some stuff done, but I was doing okay. I got a few things done and kind of moved around a little bit, and so I'm feeling a little better. And so I thought I'd come in and see what all my friends are doing. Time to do some doggone work. That's right, Dwayne. Absolutely. We're gonna have to get together sometime when you get a chance and um, hash out this auction thing, as I really have no idea what to bring or what to auction. So we need to work on that. I'd love to do it. I'd love to get on there with me and Tara and Todd and Nikki and like the whole panel. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be cool. But I'm kind of thinking maybe I don't have what it takes. I don't. Don't listen to me. But yeah, whenever you're available. Whatever. That's right. I feel the same way. Well, whatever you need to do, Shantae. Yeah, I was thinking about going on to Yvonne's, and then I kind of had this little feeling that I kind of felt like I had a headache going on, but I was trying to fight through it, and then when it let loose, I was like, oh, I don't think so.
You.
I don't think that'll be a good idea.
How are you guys?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, it's still kind of hanging around, but it's not as bad.
Well, that's a good
It's not
thing.
near as bad as what it was. So
Well, my tablet
I took
started
some
going off.
ibuprofen. I got some caffeine going.
Nice. I was listening in my tablet
lady.
started dinging. So I was like,
Oh,
huh.
Well, my tablet started.
Oh,
I took
shoot.
some ibuprofen. I got some caffeine going.
YouTube.
Oh, I had it turned off.
I was listening and my tablet started dinging. Oh, huh.
Wait.
Well, my tablet.
That's not me.
I ended.
It's Nikki, or it's not Nikki. It's
It's
Michelle.
Michelle who can't figure out how to use her computer still. I was on another video and then I clicked on the YouTube for the chat and I guess I reactivated, not putting the two together.
No worries. It's okay.
Okay. Now I need. I know that's coming.
Yep.
Howdy, chat.
Where's Sally?
Hi, Nikki.
I don't know.
Hi. She's all gung ho about having you have a show.
I know. May message her.
Are you feeling better? I heard you had a headache, huh?
Yeah, I had one this afternoon, and it just kind of was, I don't know, just wasn't good. And then it got worse, and it got worse, and yeah, it's doing better now. So
I puked
figured
this afternoon.
You did?
Yeah, it was really weird.
How are you feeling?
I've kind of felt like crud the rest of the night, but I haven't had an upset stomach again. And then now I'm feeling okay.
Well, that's
I mean, I'm
good.
not like feeling top notch, but I'm not like bleh either.
You got hugged in the throne. Well, Modesto was sick all weekend. And I gave him like the leftover that I had from my cold flu thing. And
Hey,
then
Chris.
he came back around and I said, well, I have Dayquil. I had seen the pills. So as I'm handing it to him, I'm seeing 2 of 17, 9 of 17. I said, these are expired, but if they don't kill you, you'll be okay. But he went from like dragging to looking pretty good. So
that was just what he needed.
Well, and he did say he had a flu shot.
Well,
so maybe it helped minimize his flu experience.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Chris and Chris.
Hi, everybody.
It's summer.
That's what I'm doing.
Tracy, what are you doing?
I am lifting.
Holy moly! Holy moly!
I think that's why you had the headache.
Will the real Nikki please stand up?
Just let her go. Just let her go.
I'm listing and I'm getting pictures done for my auction tomorrow.
Woohoo!
I'm doing both at the same time.
Man.
Being efficient.
Wow.
I know.
Well, and congratulations on getting Thelma on your List It or Ditch It show.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Well, she told me when I first started it that she'd come on.
Nice.
I asked her a long time ago. I told her, just let me know when you're ready.
Has she shared what she's gonna bring to the List It or Ditch It?
No. I don't ask. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, look at whatever you got.
Amen. That's exciting. So I got great feedback on that L-shaped 2-layer shelfie unit thing.
Good.
Yes. Thanks to Nikki.
I'm not watching the chat, so just so everybody knows.
And I'm not watching the chat either. So you're just gonna have to yell real loud from the chat. If you need me to, I can, but I was gonna try to.
Nikki, come on. How efficient do you need to be? You can watch the chat and do eBay and do Your ox.
Yeah.
Why not?
You guys like make it look so easy, and I can't multitask to even get on the dang thing without a YouTube sound. So,
Hi, Michelle.
hi, Michelle.
And
So
this
why
Turtle Trader.
Here, let me try to pop it out. Maybe that-
All y'all.
And where's Todd? Let's pick on him with some puppies.
Great Lakes State says, give Nikki a big hey from us. Uh-oh, we got
Hi.
some stuff going on here.
Mm.
get them?
No, not trolls.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, that's
Echo-
not me. I'm in.
Echoes. Echoes, echoes.
That's. I don't think it's me.
is it me?
Anissa. She goes, oh my God, Echo Dot just started blaring Splish Splash song. Why?
Was it me echoing or
I don't know. I
I
couldn't
didn't
tell.
hear anything?
Okay.
Well, I have
maybe-
my chat
maybe-
approved headphones.
Okay.
Dang, I really wish I would have taken better care of the Chicago mug. It sold for $300.
Holy moly.
Dang.
Not mine, but there was one on eBay that sold for $300. Oh, it came with bonus mugs. Never mind. Oh, it's a 2.5 gallon. That's why. Mine ain't 2.5 gallons.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of coffee or drink.
You won't
It's
be
the same one
drinking.
though, but I don't think. Yeah, this ain't 2.5 gallons. This is not even close.
You won't be drinking. You'll just be peeing.
Oh my god, that'd be sweet if I had the $300 Chicago mug though.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, well, Starbucks mugs had dropped off, so I was like, well, we'll just put it in a box. Well, now it's got nicks on the writing, so it's like, well, I guess I wish I would have taken better care of it. It was a $300 mug, but it's not a $300 mug, so I'll just use it in my kitchen. It's a nice big coffee mug. It's like a 4-handle mug, 4-finger handle.
4 fingers. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a big mug.
Dwayne
nice-
says, I got me a Jesus Shaves mug.
Oh, did Ainsley send it to him? No.
Hi, Karen's at the beach in Great Lakes States and
That mug was so
Liquidation,
freaking
Ohio. Turtle Trader, sir.
Hi, Turtle Trader. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dwayne.
Shantae, Shantae, Shantae. Sachet Shantae.
Are you okay?
Well, I always wanted to say it just like RuPaul, Sachet, Shantae.
She
So I
said,
finally got there to say it.
Dwayne said that actually Dawn sent me one.
Oh, cool.
Who's
A
gonna
back.
do
You
the
want to
back?
sit? Chris says, I really do have high hopes that I will see a backflip one day on here. Well,
Good luck.
keep on dreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep on
Don't hold your breath.
I'm well, Karen, and Shantae. I'm so sorry if I brought back bad memories from high school. I
Uh-oh.
just felt compelled I had to say it, so I won't say it anymore. I won't torment you.
Anissa,
hell do
yes,
you-
I did. I did watch Ronnie Hart's videos about tanking brands. There's also another one that's the brands that are up there. So I always like those videos that he does. He does those really. He's very knowledgeable about those types of things. So
Yeah.
he's a good one to ask, or to. I mean, I'm sure if you came across something and even messaged him, I'm sure that he would let you know if that was yay or nay.
I'm still befuddled at how you would drink out of a 2.5 gallon coffee mug.
With a big straw.
Very carefully.
Hey, Sally.
But couldn't you
Hey.
put like ice water or something? You could put other stuff besides coffee and you keep it cold, right?
No, these are just coffee mugs. They're not like insulated or nothing. They're just glass ceramic coffee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And that $300 one is the only one that's sold with my pattern on it, but mine ain't that big.
But that's the thing, Mike, is the thrift store that I go to. I mean, I'm sure they have an eBay app. I'm sure that they look up some of the stuff, but there are there are definitely brands that I've found that they could have done something with, and they continue to put out for, $3 or $4. So I feel like I am better off, especially going to this store. I I'm kind of I don't know what you call it, like suiting up my armor for I'm putting more armor on because of those brands that could possibly come out on the rack. So I have to kind of I feel like I need to be aware of that. So exactly. Um and even at the what do you call it? The bins, I just feel like if I'm I like to learn. I like to learn things. I like to um Ringo does backflips all the time. That's right. Thank goodness they're all asleep now.
Did you give them something in their water?
Nope. Uh, that's right. Those are the things that I always look like, that gunny sack dress, or the Trina Turk. That was at the bins, but still, you just never know what you're gonna find. So
And sometimes you just gotta take a risk. Maybe you
right,
didn't ever know of that name, but you saw
yeah,
the item and you thought this is pretty funky.
yeah,
Somebody will want it.
yeah, yeah. That gunny sacks. It was a long prayer. I think I want to say I got $60 or $70 on that. Tracy said, "Sally, you are an inspiration. You hit it hard. Um, I'm I'm thinking I should find some work to do." Sally's up.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Truthfully, Alana, I don't remember gunny sacks ever.
Me neither. Probably because it was a good brand when we were, younger.
Right, and we didn't
And
get good. I mean, we were lucky if we got to go to the secondhand store and get a somewhat nice dress.
yeah.
So it just didn't happen. You never know who is going to move to BF, Kansas and drop off their high-end clothing. No doubt about it. That is so true. I mean, there's, people would be smart to live in Kansas, even though it is, BF. But they can get, live like kings over here when they're, living like paupers in California. So
Mm-hmm.
But Kansas, doesn't it have some good money, solid income? I mean, Kansas City and the
oh yeah, I mean there's
beef trade and all that. But the
there's
economy
money
is
here.
solid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Economy's
cool.
solid. I mean, you can, but the cost of living in the outer, I live an hour and a half from Kansas City. I live an hour and a half from everything. But out here in BFE, I mean, you can find a house, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house for, 75,000
Right.
with good bones. It's not a dump. Um,
Right.
you can find that, and you can't find that very, very often. Of course, you're not going to be near anything, so you got to be prepared for that. But so I'm sure it is Great Lakes States. Hi, honey. What you doing? I thought you were sleeping.
Nope. I heard you talking.
He says that's what you get for thinking.
Yeah, I thought you were talking to him.
Yeah, he's a good boy. Go lay down, bub. Go lay down. Go night nights.
Yeah, I just got up a little bit ago. I slept a long time. But I had some yummy chicken soup before I went to sleep and some crackers and 7-Up and kind of settled my stomach down a little bit.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. So you're feeling a little bit better.
All right.
Yeah, there's actually another thrift store that I want to go to. It's probably a good 50 miles, but it's north. It's actually in Nebraska.
Oh,
Um, and I want to take. I've been there before, once or twice maybe. But I want to see if they got anything.
I'd like to go to the one in Traverse City again because it was
Should
good.
go.
Just really good brands and higher end clothing there for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's wealthier people that live there.
Right. Now, see, Kansas City, we did go to like Savers, and I couldn't. I mean, it would be very hard to do clothing in a bigger city because the prices are higher. When you can get
Yeah.
stuff for $3-4, good stuff.
Yeah.
Um, that's good. But when you move to, Kansas City, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. Those prices are going to be, $6, $7, $8 an item, depending on what they
Yeah.
are.
Did you see Craigslist? Did you see Craigslist Hunter's video thrifting in Minnesota? He's like, "What are you guys on crack?"
I did. See, that's one thing I watched tonight. I thought that was funny.
I said, "That's why I go to auctions."
Yeah. And that is something that I'm going to have to look at um, when I move to North Carolina. It just may be the bins for me,
Yeah.
and auctions. I may get real good at going to auctions. There's
Okay.
quite a few. I would say in the area that I want to live in, there's probably 7 or 8 auction houses.
Wow.
Nice.
So I should be,
So my question, and maybe you've already covered it, are you doing a sort of a preview trip where you're going to go sort of scope out the area and just kind of put your feet on the ground there in North Carolina before you actually move? Or are you just
Well,
packing and moving.
I have my daughter there,
Right.
and so I'm not making a preview trip. No.
Okay.
I'll probably be going out there once more to visit. Um, and so when I do that, maybe I can do a little more, um, looking around type of thing and, seeing
Exactly.
what's out there.
Nice.
But other than that, it's just going to be, I've just been looking in the, online, Googling it and
Right.
trying to figure it out that way. So,
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just such a weenie that it would be hard for me just to go, load it in the back and move. That's just
yeah.
me being
I
scaredy cat.
guess a lot of that might depend on how bad you're ready to get out of where you're at.
Well, and it, like you said, it helps to have your daughter there. So
Right.
she's already getting sort of the lay of the land herself.
Yeah, my daughter's there, her husband's family's there. They all know what I do. So, it shouldn't be I definitely have some some people there that can be looking around for me and keeping their ears and eyes open. So, you know, it'll be interesting. But and I don't know if it'll be this year. It may be next year, but whenever it is, that's when it will be. So
How exciting.
it is. I'm very excited for the adventure.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll be taking your little YouTube family with you.
Heck yeah. I ain't leaving y'all behind.
Mhm.
Y'all are gonna share that trip with me.
Nice.
Did you see Shirley said, Sally, my friend lives near Traverse City. She finds amazing stuff for herself. Of course, being a size 2.
Yeah.
Well, there's an abundance of that stuff. I can tell you
Mm-hmm.
that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Chris said, I'd like to hear some ghost stories. I'm kind of iffy on Bigfoot, but I do believe there's something out there.
Those people make a lot of freaking money on YouTube. Those people say that they're chasing ghosts. I was watching The Fam last night. I used to watch him when he was just a dumpster diver. And then he switched over to looking for whatever. I don't know. But, anyways, his channel's really growing. And you wouldn't believe the tips he was getting last night. $100, $75. I was like, holy crap, I need to start chasing ghosts.
Well, I started watching this young guy on. It was like a Dollar General, $10 haul for the stuff to go spend the night out in the wilderness. And he's an accomplished backwoods guy. And looking at his channel, I don't know if he does a lot of live or receiving those super chats and stuff, but he's got some solid numbers as far as subscribers and people who have watched the videos. I would have never thought that there'd be such a following for Outback by the scruff of your neck sort of videos.
Yeah.
This guy built a little half tarp little lay space with his dog, and the dog was super cute. And he showed how to do it on $10. And he had one can of beanie weenies or whatever he had. But he did it all by himself for whatever he had in the bag. It was just interesting.
Hmm.
Not me. You're not going to find this girl in any backwoods at all. He was pretty cute. Not even that was cute enough to go get me in the backwoods. But
I've just heard a lot of sounds Bigfoot hunters have been here. They came to the playhouse that it's not really in town, but it's in town. probably like 2 miles up the road. So they came and did their show and everything here, interviewed people, and then went out to their place and did the whole storyline thing, and sat out in the woods and heard sounds here. They heard the Bigfoot squill or squall or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
The sound that they think that the Bigfoots make, and I've heard that sound many times. Just yeah, because I used to live down the road, and I had like a porch swing type swing out in the yard, and I would sit out there at night, and I could hear those sounds. So
I
yeah.
think you guys are nuts, but I still love you.
I'm with
Yeah.
Nikki on this. I'm not really opposed to that sort of thing. It seems like most of that stuff can be explained. However, there's a lot of people who believe they've seen or heard or tasted something.
Hey, you never know.
That's right.
I've never seen it though. I mean, everything I've ever heard or seen, it can be explained. So, yeah.
I think you don't want to believe because you live out in the freaking woods yourself.
Oh, I don't care. I mean, but that doesn't bother me.
Sorry.
I've just never experienced it. So, I guess it's
And that's the thing. If you never experience it, it's hard to believe something.
Yeah.
If you've not ever experienced it,
Yeah.
or explained it, you can experience it and not know what the heck it is, and just be, pessimistic about it and say, it was nothing. It was,
Mhm.
everything's gonna be okay, and you got this big old Sasquatch, shadow hanging over your head. It'd be all right.
I don't really think you're nuts, Sally. I've just never seen it. So.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't have Sasquatch here, but all the ghosts are generally staying in the hotels that they died in. So they're not roaming the countryside here. They're staying in these old hotels and churches and stuff like that. So they don't get about over in my neck of the woods.
I've seen a UFO too.
Wow.
Ooh.
Actually, the first UFO that I've ever seen was outside of Valerie's house.
Oh.
No
Maybe
way.
they're coming to visit Valerie.
That
What?
E.T.'s cousins.
remember that place, the place where
The trailer house?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, where you guys had the chickens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did
That's
you count
the
all the
first time
chickens?
ever that I've ever seen a UFO. I think I was 13.
Was it the same day that I seen it?
No.
No, you were sleeping.
You both
Or
have seen
I was
UFOs?
sleeping.
Is that what you're saying? You both have seen UFOs?
I've seen one. I've seen an unexplained flying object. Yeah.
My mom listens to George Norrie in the middle of the night, and this is the kind of stuff they talk about.
Coast to coast.
Yeah.
I had a guy that I used to work with, and he freaked out every time they would leave the radio station on that channel.
Mm-hmm.
And every night he would get in the car and they'd like blast it. And so when he turned the ignition on, it'd start going. And he flipped out every time. It was the funniest thing. He was he didn't like it. But yeah, there's definitely things out there that we have no clue.
Wow. Sam said that his UFO was an orange light that came right up out of the ocean.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's interesting.
Did it taste like fish? Sorry.
Mhm.
Just being obnoxious. Sorry.
Tell
I
like
don't
an
know.
asshole.
Hey, I'm working and being an asshole. That's multitasking right there.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, I really
people
can't say. I
experience
can't
a
say you
lot.
guys are not. I mean, I've never seen God, and I believe in Him. So
Right.
you know,
I think there's a higher power.
so I can't really say you guys are crazy because I mean, I would be a hypocrite.
Right.
My son claims he's an atheist and says I can't show him God or proof of God. I said, "There's you." He said, "That's not proof."
Oh gosh.
So yeah,
I don't
To
remember
each.
that picture, Stephen. I don't remember. I don't remember getting a picture from you with the thing in the sky.
Oh,
I know we had an alien talk whenever we did the 24-hour show.
Mm-hmm.
My lights flicker.
that could be explained though.
But I don't have a ghost. I don't have a ghost here. It's because of my printer. When my printer resets, that's when my lights flicker. Oh yeah. I mean, really, really, if you really think about it, like the billions and billions of uh of Milky Ways, and we're just a little thing.
We're just a little dot.
Yeah, a little dot floating in space. I watched that car that guy sent up in the rocket with the rockets the other day.
Yeah.
And I was they have a camera on it, so basically you see it. You can go on YouTube right now and probably see a live feed. um but it's so weird because he's just floating along, and there's this, well, not really floating, but he's probably going like
You
super
got
fast. um but he's got the cameras on his car, and so you can see the earth on this side and then see the moon on this side, and whenever they put it, the camera going straight ahead, it's just nothing. It's just deep vast space. It's so crazy. I don't believe that, Chris. He says UFO can't fly to space. They can only fly within the atmosphere. I don't believe that.
I think there's a lot more intelligent things out there than we are. And I think they know a lot more than what we do. So, just my thought. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just nuts whenever you think about how little we are.
Oh,
Are you okay? Whoever made that noise?
yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, uh, Nikki?
Yeah.
Heard a thump and yeah, that was
Sometimes I moan and groan when I get up and down. called being 44 or 43, almost 44. Sorry,
Well, I'm
guys.
glad you're okay. I want you to be okay. That's important.
Thanks.
Violet lemon. Do you know what I did today? So I'm having this migraine, or I don't think it was a migraine. It wasn't a migraine. When I have a migraine, it's like me having a stroke. So it wasn't a migraine, but it was a headache. It was a good headache. So I'm getting very frustrated because I didn't have any sales yesterday, and I hadn't had any sales today. And this
Wow.
was probably, I can't remember what time it was when I got my first one. Oh, it was 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I go and I put my store on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on vacation and I left it there for 30 minutes. And then I went back and I took it back off. And I don't think that it was right after that, but I would say it was probably a good maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I'm right around 5-ish. And
Mm-hmm.
I finally got my first sale. And then right
Wow.
after that, I probably 5 minutes after that, I got another sale.
Oh.
So I was like, okay. That's what I was thinking, there's something going on. They've shut my store off or something. I was freaking out.
Yeah,
Because
you start getting that way after a while.
that's not normal for that to happen. And so I figured if I did something, to not really close off the store, but something to,
Just
I
doing
don't know,
something you don't
something
normally do.
drastic, something I don't normally do, and then turn it back on. Maybe that would do something in it. At least I got 2 sales, so
That's
crazy. I don't like that.
Yeah.
that's the way I felt that. Remember, I went like that 4 days or whatever without a sale.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, God. And I was even listing then.
I know.
I was like,
I know.
and I'm
I
like the
just
one that always says, "Oh, you just got to list and you'll get sales." Well, I was starting to get worried. I was like, "Oh my God, have I been lying to everybody this whole time?"
maybe
I
I
just made
shouldn't
a
say
fool
that
of
no
myself.
more. Because that's what I kept telling myself, I always tell people just list through it, list through it, list through it. And I'm like,
Yep.
screw that.
Got to practice what we preach.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's hard when it actually happens to you,
Yeah, it is.
Because I
But
had never experienced that. Because I mean, not much. I haven't experienced that much because I've always had a high number of listings in my store.
right.
So usually when you have a high number of listings in your store, you don't usually go more than a day without sale. Um,
Hansley.
2 days, very rarely, but
So
you never.
I had a return this afternoon.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit.
Oh.
But it's from Canada.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So it's only a 1385 or something for it's a oh, what do you call it?
Did it go global?
Yeah.
Shoot.
So
But
but
they
it's
have
You know what
it's
you're
not
you know.
mine.
Huh?
The shipping is not mine.
Yes,
No,
it
No,
is.
it's not.
Back. No, you don't. Not for
It's
not
because
fitting.
it didn't fit.
Oh, yeah.
So it's his.
Okay.
So I don't
Okay.
think he's gonna return it. I really don't see him returning it, but
Okay. You're right. You are right.
yeah. It was like 1385 or something. So I'm pretty sure. I mean, if he's got half a brain, he wouldn't return it.
Right. You're right.
So
All
I
right,
seen
send it back. If
somebody.
you want to pay for the shipping, you can send it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a best.
Sam Della says, I do not refund shipping. Am I hurting my sales? What do you mean you don't refund shipping? Sometimes you don't have a choice. If it's your screw up,
Yeah,
you don't have a choice.
That's
Or they can fight
that's
it if you don't.
awesome.
What's awesome?
Because Ansley is Ansley Atkins, and then Tracy is Tracy Atkinson.
Hmm.
I never realized that.
Yeah.
I heard somebody on one of the game shows today, and it was like on Wheel of Fortune, and their daughter was named Ansley. But they spelled it AINSLY. So I was like, oh, I don't think that's the way that Ansley spells hers. I think
Nope.
hers is ANS, right?
Yep.
So I was like, that's cool though, because that's only the second person ever that I've heard called Ansley.
Yep. I love that name. I think it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful name for a beautiful person.
There you go. It sounded better from you, Nikki, because I didn't want her to think that I was weird.
But it's okay because
that
we all
I'm
know that
weird.
Nikki's weird already. So I said it.
We love you.
It's all right. At least nobody's like me. I'm a one of a kind.
Ain't no doubt about that.
Darn it, people like me.
My favorite humans. Aw. That's very sweet.
What'd she say?
My favorite humans.
Oh,
We're her favorite humans.
oh, that's good. My dog is like snoring loud. Holy smokes. All that barking outside. Sleepy sound tired you out, huh? We'll get you a barking collar.
That's interesting, Chris.
To say the least. I had one sale today for vintage perm rods. So interesting, but yeah. But I'll take it.
All right.
Sam says, I only refund product price, not the shipping. Of course, if I describe wrong, I'm on the hook. But does eBay punish me for this policy?
Oh, yeah. Well, punish as in you have to do the return shipping.
They don't punish you. No.
But if the buyer ever fights it, you will have to refund the shipping.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
for. I mean,
not an item not as described, or mainly those items. If it's an item not as described, then yeah, you're responsible for refunding the shipping.
Come on.
Yeah.
So you just have to be aware of that.
And make sure
What I would
make
suggest doing is going through and looking at the eBay policies on that instance. That way you know for sure exactly what the policy is. I would suggest you do that.
I don't
I
think
mean,
you get viewer reviews.
no, no, it doesn't have anything to do with that.
You would get lower views if for some reason it's affecting your seller status. Because higher seller status gives you higher in the search results, but they
Right.
don't limit your views. I mean, it's how you
No.
are in the search results.
Right.
Yeah, and that's true, Violet Lemon. Who knows, Sam? They change best match searches all the time. If it's buyer's
Yeah.
remorse or it doesn't fit, you don't have to refund shipping. You only need to give shipping back if it's item not as described or it's your fault. Yeah. One day it's guaranteed shipping, one day it's not. Yeah. Well, I was listening to Scavenger Life earlier when I was laying down, and what's his face, Jay, put in the guaranteed shipping, and then he went as if he was a local person to him, and yeah, 3,000 of their items did not show up
Hmm.
because they weren't guaranteed.
Wow.
Because she only did like 30 of them or something.
Uh-huh.
And when he went and searched out his items, there was like 3,000 items that didn't show up.
Huh.
You
Um,
undercalculate shipping.
Mike says, "Hey, I have a similar question. If you undercalculate shipping and it goes through GSP, does eBay charge you the difference?" Well,
No,
yeah,
how would you undercalculate shipping? Because if it's GSP,
yeah, you're
they
just
handle the
shipping.
price of shipping. So the only shipping that you're paying for, or that you're calculating shipping for, is to Kentucky.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if eBay would be the one that would calculate the GSP shipping part of it.
Hmm. So it's likely on something like that. So if you do that to a customer and, potentially they could charge that customer additional shipping costs if you don't calculate the shipping correctly or if it's not calculated correctly. So potentially, I guess the same thing would be if you sent it to Global Shipping Program. I don't know this for sure. I'm just assuming. But if you send it to Global Shipping and it's not the correct shipping price, I'm assuming that's going to come back on your account. Would that be safe to say, you think? Or would they just eat the few cents?
Mm,
No, you don't. The only thing you have to pay for is the shipping. The only thing you have to calculate is the shipping to Kentucky.
Right.
That's it. The rest of it's all on GSP.
Right.
You don't have nothing to do with that part of it.
Right.
So that's all on them.
Okay.
If
so
you
if you
now,
say,
or are you saying if it gets to Kentucky and they get charged,
Exactly.
Kentucky gets charged, then yeah, I would assume that they would come after you for that.
Yeah,
But
it probably just put whatever's due onto your account, I would think.
what do you mean? Like they
Like
get charged?
say if I was sending a package to you
Uh,
and you pay calculated shipping, but for
mm-hmm.
some reason there was a glitch and it didn't charge you enough. So I didn't, you didn't pay enough.
if you misjudge the weight,
Right. You know what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
once it gets to you, when they deliver it, they're going to say shipping due or shipping cost due in order for you to get your package. So
Okay.
basically, they're going to leave you a slip, say, if you want your package, it's going to cost you $2.38 more. You have to go to the post office and pay the money and then pick your package up. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. If you send it to
Okay.
I
global
would think
shipping,
if you sent it to global shipping and they had to pay, I would think they would send it back. I don't think that they would pay it.
well,
I
yeah,
don't know though.
that's likely.
Better off just to weigh your package before you do your label.
That's it. I do it every day.
I do my bubbles bubble out.
Bubbles in or
Okay.
bubbles out, Valerie?
And I'm
Bubbles
an innie.
in.
I'm an innie.
Mm.
Yep, I'm an innie. Because I want that to protect the item, not the box.
Yeah,
So
but
if
the way
I've
I
got to go
see it,
in,
Protected
it's
either
good.
way, honestly.
Right. That's true. It's true. Yeah.
I don't think it really matters.
I don't think so either, but it's a good question.
That was a good question, Chris.
Good way to get some different opinions.
I like that Milwaukee shirt you had, Chris. That was a nice one. I don't know why you kept passing by it though. At the thrift store, he said he passed by it a couple times, and then he finally got it and it sold. Milwaukee's really popular brand of tools, so I would imagine their clothes would sell pretty good.
Yeah. I actually have a tool bag that I need to list. It goes for about $30.
Is it Milwaukee?
It is.
Summer, you might want to reconsider doing that because you could really screw yourself over by doing that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's gonna hurt you more than help you.
Yeah.
You can't do that, Summer. Violet Lemon, Nikki, you gonna do your auction on YouTube? No, it's gonna be on Facebook. It's on The Buck Starts Here. I'll type it in the chat. The Buck Starts Here on Facebook. That's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna start tomorrow night. God dang it. Stupid freaking computer.
So Summer, tell me more about this. How do you do shipping if you don't put that in?
She's crying now.
Well, don't cry. We're gonna figure it out. Don't cry.
Yeah,
made her
you
cry.
have to take the time to do it though, even if you have to estimate. Even if you're estimating it, if you've been doing this for a while, then you can, kind of estimate. I always have my tape measure here. I have one on my desk. I have one taped to my desk. So, I can measure, an item to see, how much it's going to be, but my scale is on the other desk. So if, if I'm listing, I may not put the correct weight, but I always overweigh. It's always a little bit more.
Yeah, Jay Thrifts and Flips said, do you do flat rate or calculated shipping? If she does flat rate, then she doesn't have to put really weights in. But
right.
Yeah, you want to put those weights in there.
Or free
And
shipping.
honestly, or yeah, if you do free shipping, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it still can screw you because then, if you're not calculating that right in your head, how much it's going to cost, then you can't really put that into your price either.
Right.
I always add 3 ounces just for CYA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. this is something that I do because I do the majority of my clothing.
Sure.
Okay, mostly just flat rate,
Oh,
$3.95 shirts, $4.95 pants, $6.95 priority. If I do calculated, which is rarely, I'll put in dimensions. Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say I put in my dimensions. My dimensions are 12 by 12 by 4,
mm,
and that's what I use for everything, unless it's a huge package. Then I'm going to change that.
yeah.
So, J Flip Thrift and Flips. I sell mainly clothing, so I only put under a pound or 1 to 2 priority, and I do flat shipping. I never put dimensions. Yeah. I just do the 12 by 12 by 4, and that makes it real simple. Um, and like you said, doing first class or priority, it's not going to make a difference anyway.
See, I was thinking that you put nothing. That's what I was thinking that
Right.
you did. So that's
Right.
why I was kind of scared for you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a scary thought.
And I used to do that whenever I was new. I
Right.
did that when I was new, and it screwed me so bad. Like I
Yeah.
was paying for all my shipping, and these other people were supposed to be paying for shipping, but because I was screwing myself, I was
Yeah.
paying.
Yeah.
I wasn't making nothing.
You're basically paying them to take your stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And
that
I
stuff
know better
never
than that.
happened.
I used to be a huge couponer, so I know better than that,
Yeah.
and so it's like, once you get the idea of how everything goes, I'm sure, yeah, that's fine that you're putting something in there that you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
It sounds like you know what you're doing anyways, and um,
It's not as
so
it's not as bad as we thought it was.
no, no. I thought you were
Yeah.
leaving everything blank,
Yeah.
and that's a way to get yourself into trouble.
She said she's resorting back to free shipping.
So it's all
So
messed
it's
up.
oh
Uh,
I try to do free shipping on real light items, and especially with this postal increase, it's it on Tradesy. I've just picked doing it myself, and I pick a range. It depends on the weight of the item, but I'm always surprised when I go to the post office. It's always more than I'm expecting. So I try to have a happy medium and a good looking shipping price, if that makes any sense, for the total amount. I
mm-hmm.
don't make it even, but if my item is, let's say, 8 ounces and it's 19.99, I'll probably put $5 or $6 just to kind of keep it in that same zone that I think somebody will pay 24, 25, $26 total. So
Yeah.
something like that. Because part of the sales game is visual,
No.
you know. And are you going to sit there and go, oh, I think that's 8 ounces, and they should be charging $2.99, and I'm only going to pay this. Okay, there's people like that, but I think for the most part, if you want that top or those pants or that, I don't know, picture frame, you're going to have a rough idea, and you're willing to pay about that. I don't think people are sitting there with their calculator going, she's making 15 cents on that shipping.
Summer said that for some reason eBay's placing her really high and with best match and free shipping, so she's taking advantage. I don't blame you.
Makes sense.
She
absolutely.
says once I drop, I'll charge again, and she says I changed my eBay listings like I changed my underwear. Yeah, I used to do that too. I was back and forth, and
Yeah.
I might go back to free shipping too. I can never tell you. I mean, I think either way, you get sales if you're listing. Either way, people are going to pay shipping. People are going to like free shipping. So it's like, it, your whether you do or don't, that's not the question. It's, it's other things too. So,
It's whether, a lot of it is whether you're listening to the trends,
yeah.
but you're going and you're looking at those best matches and realizing that, that's the, you're getting placed high. So that's where
Hmm.
you need to sway this way for a little bit. And then once that dies down, then you sway the other way.
And
How do
I
you,
can't
how can
remember
you
my very
tell?
first.
How do you tell if you're getting placed high though?
If you
I
you
don't,
do your search for your items,
Do
see
a
where your
search for
items
your
are in the
item.
search.
you do what?
You do a search for your items and see where they are in the search.
Yeah.
Oh,
My Ainsley wanted to know if we remember our first item we sold. Mine was either a Star Wars audiobook or a vibrator. I can't remember.
Wow.
A vibrator or a massager?
she said
A vibrator.
vibrator.
Oh,
I used
I
to
okay.
sell
think
adult toys.
I think the first thing was one of my son's books. Something simple.
Imagine that, me selling adult toys.
Hey, I was just clarifying.
There's a couple my uncle knew, and
Um,
he said those people, the couple that was selling on eBay, were making money hand over fist. So
What'd you say?
my uncle knew a couple that lived near him that were selling like exclusively adult toys. He said
mhm.
they
Oh
were
yeah,
making money hand over fist.
It's a great
yeah.
business.
Hmm.
Yes, I did. I clearly
I
said it.
know she said that, but I just wanted to clarify it. I don't know why, but I just felt like there was that need. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say about that.
That is two ends of the spectrum. It is. I can't remember which one I sold first.
I almost spit my coffee out. That would have been great.
No, I didn't sell them used.
My face did not get red. I do not blush.
Yeah, I'm usually close to the. I'm either usually top or real close to the top. Usually on my stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Chris said I'm in the wrong niche. Yeah, back then you had to niche. Things. Well, everything would sell, but yeah, it was. They always told you it was better to niche up. But I just always kind of sold whatever. But then I sold those, and then I also sold vacuum cleaner parts. I've done very well with vacuum cleaners and vacuum cleaner parts too. That was all intertwined there too somewhere. No, there was no returns back then. You didn't have to accept returns. And yeah, no, there was the only way I would accept a return was if it was still new in the package.
Hi, Amelia.
Stethoscope.
Oh, you said the first time was a stethoscope. That's a good sale right there.
You know,
Especially a Littman's. Those are actually really good items to look at, in a yard sale. That reminds me. That reminds me.
Yes. He goes so stiff.
Oh my gosh. Oh
Reminds
my
you what?
gosh.
What?
He said some stiff competition in here.
What?
you got that right.
We're talking about me selling adult toys, and he said there's some stiff competition in here.
Oh. I was like, what? What did I miss? Okay, I'm at the top of the second page. on that.
That's
Stevens was weed eater parts.
yeah. It was a good sale, and I got hooked. Yep.
There was a guy on the train, and he was telling me that he had a vacuum cleaner store, and all of his stuff was in a storage unit. And I gave him my card and said I'd be interested, but he never called. In a weird way, I was kind of grateful because I didn't really have a plan for a vacuum cleaner store full of parts.
Sam Dallas, it came with a blood pressure monitor. Now, I've sold a lot of blood pressure monitors on eBay. They usually sell, well, they used to sell pretty good. I don't know, I haven't sold one in a long time.
Yeah.
But I used to always put in my listing that I can't guarantee accuracy.
Right.
Because I don't want somebody to get it and then end up dying because my blood pressure monitor
Makes
didn't
sense.
Right.
work. So I always just put in there I can't guarantee accuracy or not tested for accuracy. They still sell. But I don't know what they sell for now. It's been probably at least a year since I've sold one.
The Violet Lemon says, "Did you guys see the new repricer boxes popping up on your listings?" Yes, I have seen that. So I was going through my listings a couple days ago, just looking through, and on one of my items, it has like I think it was in green, and it said, something like a different price, like, this is what your item is actually going for, or this is what I think it's what you could sell your item at that would be a better price, So.
Like a suggested
Right.
price. Mm.
Oh God, I've parted out vacuums for years. I've made so much money on vacuum cleaners parts. It's not even funny. Oh my gosh, I love vacuum cleaner parts.
Would you say parts sell better or the lucrative vacuum cleaner bags?
Parts.
Okay.
Vacuum cleaner bags are really gone downhill. Well, it's because they were everywhere and everybody's bought them. But vacuum cleaner parts are awesome. Especially not just vacuum cleaner parts, but the carpet cleaner parts are really good too. And it's so easy to take apart a vacuum.
Right.
My recommendation, I have a recommendation on that. If you are parting out a lot of vacuums, I used to take a box and I would label that box with the vacuum, the model number, and pertinent information about that vacuum, because them all can start looking alike when you do a lot at a time.
Yeah.
So I used to always have a little box for each vacuum. Little tip. Who's the person in the dark?
Is that me?
Who's in the dark? That's Michelle.
That is Michelle. But I'm half in the light, right? I need to get a lamp in front of me. I think that will help. But sometimes I'm in the light in the daytime because I'm in front of a window. My lighting's not ideal.
Who is the person in the dark?
Is it really Nikki? My Dyson electrical cord is chewed from God. Can it be changed out? I don't know. I've never dealt with Dysons. Probably could, though. Your husband probably could rewire it.
And I'm in the dark because I don't create content. These ladies create content. So you're more familiar with them. But I sell online, so...
Alana said, Michelle, did you used to do a hangout with Gil Mama?
Who? I've been in chats. I've been in the audience, in the chat rooms when I've seen a few things, but I've not been on a chat panel with her or with Gil Daddy. I don't know them personally.
usually watching the daytime shows, and Michelle's usually here at night.
Right.
And I like doing the challenge on the weekend. I like to hassle these ladies.
That's okay.
Juicers too. Juicers sell good too, and Keurig parts. I'll never forget my dad. The one time he wanted a Keurig, but he's too cheap to buy a brand new one, or he was at the time. Anyways, I had to work that day and had to pick up at an auction. Well, there was a broken Keurig that was it was an online auction, and I paid $1 for it. Anyways, my dad was off that day, and he was going to be over in Superior shopping, so I asked him if he would pick up my Keurig for me at the auction place. He goes, "Oh, you got a Keurig? Sweet. I need one, And I said, "It's broken." I was like, "Why in the hell would you buy a broken Keurig?" I said, "The parts sell really good, Dad." He was all excited. He thought I was going to give him my Keurig.
Aw.
He's like, "Ooh, I need a Keurig." Too bad. Broken.
Chris, is there a live chat every day or is this random? It's pretty random. We try to do it, through the week, but sometimes, sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes we're busy or we have a headache or we're sick or whatever,
We are women.
But we have a morning show. That's right.
But sometimes you do have it in the day. You have it in the afternoon.
That's true.
And it's more convenient. Yeah.
Every morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., you can see us.
And Nikki has a show tomorrow night. She has a show, so we'll be over there, supporting her. And she has an auction coming up tomorrow, and we'll be supporting that. So we support each other in whatever's going on. So, that's what we do.
I woke up and that's the first thing that I thought was like, I thought that I had missed Nikki's show. And that's the first thing that I thought. I was like, oh, shoot, Nikki's Lister Digits on tonight. And I missed it.
Chris Vasquez, go to Reseller Squad on Facebook. That's their Facebook group. And usually they post in there what's going on, too. And subscribe and hit the bell, then you can always find out when we're going live.
Yeah, it'll ding you.
Ding, ding.
Sub to my channel, too.
Thanks, Jay Thrift and Flips. She said, I love listening to this group when I'm listing. There's always a wide variety of topics.
Oh,
sometimes it's not even about reselling.
Yeah, tomorrow night I have a show. It's called List It or Ditch It. It's on every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, too. So.
Well, thanks, Sam Dallas. We appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I'm only on my second year of reselling. Reselling full-time. I did it for a couple of years part-time, but, I think there's always room to learn, and there's always, things that I don't know that I can learn from somebody else. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's making noise?
That's that cha-ching remix. When you turn your phone back on.
Oh.
Maybe I need to go put my store on vacation for 30 minutes.
Hey, I tell you.
They used to very often lately.
Huh?
And they would say to put your store on vacation for half hour for the afternoon to help resort into the listing. So you'd
I've done that a couple of times. It's been a while since I've done that. But
do you think it works?
Well, I started getting sales.
Hey, then it works.
I don't know.
If you type in search on Facebook, the buck starts here. auction, it'll come up. Otherwise, yeah, I'll post a link in the reseller squad. I'll go do that right now, Ainsley.
Chris says if you fart in Alaska when it's real cold, can you see it turn into a cloud? Don't know. Never been to Alaska before.
I
I'm
would
sure
love
there's
to
a
go.
video on YouTube of that if they can do it.
I'm sure there is. Just go on YouTube, punch it in, and I'm sure you'll find something. Probably a lot more than you bargained for, but
Exactly.
that and a whole lot more. It took me to an Irish auction page. Well, that's interesting. Hey, I need to go feed the cat real quick, so I'll be back in a few.
Okay.
I went and got gas today at 203. It's like 250 on average. So how I came upon that?
$2.03.
$2.03. I have the Gas Buddy app on my phone. So when I need gas, I generally do a quick look. And if I'm going that way, then I'll find my way to that gas station. But I won't go across town. But it's a pretty handy little app. So if you drive pretty consistently, Gas Buddy, and you can do it on your computer too. And it's I knew where I found it. We were trying to travel or something. Somebody suggested it, and I just put in Albuquerque gas prices. So I think for the bigger cities, you probably can do that. I don't know if Poplar, Picker's Zone would have its own little website, but you probably could do the Gas Buddy, and it would search for the closest. And I think there's some gas stations that try to push the price down so more people will come get gas there. We're all looking for a savings.
There, I posted a link for my auction in the reseller squad. It says 5 are talking about this.
Oh.
How do they know people are talking about it? What does that mean? Maybe somebody mentioned it? I don't
know.
This is what I'm listing: a linen Alfred Dunner. Don't laugh. It's a cute jacket. But it's like ready for spring. I've only had this a couple years probably, but it's going to find a new home, I just know.
That's pretty.
Absolutely. It's a size 12, or else I'd wear it. It's just short of a pound.
Jay Thrifts and Flip says, Michelle, can you remind us where you primarily list? It's not eBay, right?
It's not eBay. My primary is Etsy. And I do some Poshmark, Mercari, and Tradesy. But I know, like Valerie had tried Together, and I wanted to check that out.
Together is like Bonanza. They just basically
are they pulling from eBay?
Upload all of the listings from export. That's what I meant. Export all of your listings from eBay.
And I have done one sale locally, and I was helping my friend who sold a dog kennel, a big AKC kennel dog run, essentially. I'd like to do a little more local. Like you see Sarah on Socially Awkward Sellers, she was saying something about having a little tin can on her front porch, and she does quite a few puts. I think that would be interesting, but I'm not sure with my neighborhood. And I'd be afraid people would steal the, take the item and steal the money. I'm not here during the day because I have a real job, a real life job. But no, I do okay with these other non eBay sites. And it's the speed that I need. Like these ladies are full time. They're full time plus with an asterisk for Sally. But I'm just doing it part time. Keeps me out of trouble.
Right.
Keeps some cash a flowing.
Why won't that work?
J Jefferson Flip says, thanks. Did you do eBay before? Just wondering if
No,
you did it.
I have done eBay in the past and I liked it, but between my real life job and the 2 hour commute that I do a day, it just something had to give, and I was not putting enough attention where I needed to in other parts of my life. So it's finding that happy medium when you have a real, I keep calling it a real job, but when you have a position a job to go to.
How did it compare to your experience at Etsy, Macari, and Poshmark with eBay?
There's more people that on eBay. It's the biggest dog on the block. It has, strong competition with Amazon, but Mercari, Etsy is a little nichey comparatively, and you can find the same stuff a lot of the time. Like this easily could go on eBay, but it easily can go on Mercari and Etsy, and it's really the buyer. There could, this is my own analysis, my own personal opinion. There could be 10 billion items on eBay. If there's not a buyer, it's just going to sit. So these other avenues, like eBay, we sell on eBay and we have money, so we can then buy stuff with the same money on eBay. That's what other people are doing on Poshmark and Tradesy and Ruby Lane, and I mean there's a lot of other sites, and there are generic, genuine buyers, organic, genuine buyers on all of the sites. But eBay, in my experience, has the most lookers, buyers, sellers. But you do find people who create soaps or more artsy craftsy stuff, and they are successful with that stuff on Etsy, and that's the draw. And I think Mercari is just anything goes. You find really nice, I think the cap is $2,000, but you can find higher end designer items, you can find higher end jewelry, you can find cheapo junk, you can find people just getting rid of stuff. So there's a little bit of everything outside of eBay. It's not the only game in town. Does that make sense? So, and I sell a few things on Amazon. So I just try to dabble, and it keeps me moving on different stuff, which that's what I like. And do you guys, the ones in the chat, do you guys do a lot of other non-eBay selling on different sites? Let me go to the chat. But the biggest focus is eBay for many, many people. Yeah, show some love. 35 watching and 8 thumbs.
I want fingers too.
Yeah. Just give the hand. Just give the hand already.
Which one?
How about both?
Eric, is it your birthday? It was his birthday today or yesterday? Happy birthday, Eric.
Happy
Oh wait,
birthday.
I already have
Eric
liked
Dominic.
it.
Happy birthday, Eric.
Happy birthday. But I started selling on eBay, I don't know, 15 or so plus years ago. So I know I don't know the maybe newer stuff of eBay, a lot of the newer changes, but I think it's an interesting site and I still look at stuff. But there's a lot of competition on eBay and maybe not so much in other places. So one maybe has a chance to have their items seen. It's not the same search algorithm on the other sites.
Right.
So I think I don't know if it's better or different, and to what extreme, but it's just a different pool of potential buyers too. So it's hard to wrap it up in one word or a couple of sentences. They're all good. They're all different. And Valerie and I could list the same thing in both places. Hers could sell in 20 minutes and mine can sell in 10 months. So it really
Go,
just depends.
go figure.
And, and to me, that's part of the challenge of the listing challenge.
Yep.
Because there are things that have sold on Etsy within 10 minutes. It's just having the right eyes on the
Yep.
item.
Yep.
Hey, Valerie, is Karen Kane a pretty good brand, like a mid brand?
Never heard of it.
I've
Karen
sold a
Kane.
few things, and it's like Valerie Stevens, which is like a mid-level department store from like I want to say the 80s, 70s,
Wow.
80s. Yeah.
Julie says I've been doing eCrater for over 10 years, I think. It's free and I get like 10 orders a month. That's another
Wow.
that's another one I'm thinking about
I think it
going
was
over to.
Jessica.
Yeah.
Jessica had mentioned it.
And it's the same thing as like TrueGather where you just import your stuff, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's what Karen Kane is sold at Nordstrom.
Oh.
Oh,
So
see, that's pretty
that's
good
good.
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nicely made.
Cha-ching. So, Lemon, what did you sell? Here, keep scrolling. Yeah, I think re-indexing is pretty important across all these sites because a lot of people are listing things.
Yep.
So you want to kind of, if there's one key word that seems to be talked about the most, it's activity. So as long as you're tweaking items, listing new items, selling, you know, everybody needs activity to keep fresh or fresher.
Yep. I agree with that. It has a wide range. Some of the better stuff sells 20 to 30. Others 10 to 15.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Here's my question to panel, to the chat, is there one department store, and I know they're now different, but in the traditional department store sense, is there one you would prefer to buy your items that came from there, whether garage sale or thrift or however you get it? But is there one big department store that would have a better item or better resale for you?
Mm,
For me, I'm thinking Dillard's, but I'm not familiar with every brand they have.
for me, I think Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack. They seem to have. I mean, I know Dillard's has really good brands too, but Yeah, is Dillard still around?
We have the Dillards, and I heard a few years ago that there's different classes of stores.
Oh.
I have nothing to prove this by. I was just told this. But the one we have in Albuquerque is considered an A class store. It is
Mhm.
pretty nice. I would say it's pretty swag. And then whatever doesn't sell there, they send to Phoenix, which is a B class store.
Hmm.
And then whatever doesn't sell there comes back to Albuquerque, but it's closer to Rio Rancho, and that's a C class store. And so some of that stuff you'll see on the 75% off rack. So you find better fabrics, better manufacturing processes, better buttons, that kind of thing at 75% off. It's still a little high for resale, but you have a chance at getting some nice clothes at not retail prices at Dillard's. But I don't know if all the other department stores do something like that.
Oh.
Chris, you're freaking me out. He said, I thought I saw the barrel on the top right corner move a little bit. It's a good possibility. I
I don't
mean,
know that I've ever been in a Nordstrom rack. Just saying.
that's true. J Thrift and Flip. There's some store stuff from Nordstrom Rack that sells less than stuff from Target. Really just depends. And that's the thing that I don't. It's for me. It's not so much as the brand as it is the item, the content matter, and basically what it looks like.
Yeah, see,
Um.
this is like a tie front.
Mhm.
It's black, a nice material with like a feather.
Feathers are in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Feathers are in. A lot of people like feathers right now.
And it's a really nice I think it's like polyester or something, but it's nice. It's a nice material. Let me check here. It's made in the USA. Um,
And
So
made in the USA, I
oh, it's
think it's
rayon.
important to
It's
some
rayon.
folks.
round, yeah.
It's 100% rayon.
Hmm.
And I will
So
tell you, Chris, just since you're kind of on the, yeah, I thought I seen something in your house move. That's not the first time that that's happened. It probably won't be the last.
yeah.
Oh.
It's the ghost she has trapped in her house. Trying to
No,
get
it's
out.
Mike.
Oh, nice. I wouldn't have thought.
Or it's your dogs.
Yeah, bumping into the rack there.
They are nowhere near the rack. They aren't. They're they're more over on that side. The bear is up there. So
And you ladies have different stories. When I first started, I just started trolling the eBay community chats, and I learned a lot of stuff: the brands, product descriptions, like how to measure a men's jacket, all that kind of fun stuff. And there's no book. It's like you have to have the passion to want to learn it to figure it out
right,
to sell the stuff.
right.
And what gets me is seeing those listings for 34 cents and free shipping on clothing on eBay now. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it too is just going and keeping up with things. What sold 6 months ago to a year is not the same as what it is now. So you have to go and look at the trending and see what's in and see what's out. You know.
And you kind of got to do a little bit of mental shopping and people watching. What are they
True.
wearing at the grocery store? What are they wearing at the mall? Not
You
that there's
don't
a
want to know what
mall.
they're wearing at my grocery store.
But like I have downtown Santa Fe. That's my kind of reference point.
Right,
And you see ladies with big old fur hood things, and you know they may have just got that jacket and it wasn't cheap.
right,
But then there's, the regular people walking around in jeans. Well, what jeans are they wearing? What
right.
shirts and what shoes? I think
Yep.
there's a lot of information. There's a lot of intel in all of that. And so,
Also, music videos
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, and what they're wearing on um regular like TV shows,
right.
like um that the kids are watching, or the adults are watching. What brands are they wearing on there, or what designs.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And
Like
I would,
somebody was saying like the cold shoulder is not an in thing now. It was an in thing. Now it's not. It's kind of gone, by the wayside.
I'm
And
still seeing it.
you know,
my
so
coworker is wearing it and thinking it's the fashion fad of the moment. But we in New Mexico are behind other places like California, Denver, Dallas, and there's trends that haven't even hit yet in smaller towns in New Mexico. So, yeah, and location is key. If you're in Orlando, Florida, or Austin, Texas, or Denver, Colorado, Phoenix, San Diego, let me
mhm,
tell you, Albuquerque, New Mexico barely just got some of these stores that have been the rage for the last 10 years. And you're starting to see some of that stuff at the thrift stores. But Albuquerque is not a fashion mecca by
right.
any stretch of the imagination. So you have to be kind of careful, or you have to travel to shop to places that have Nordstrom racks. We probably got a
Right.
Nordstrom rack in the last couple of years. So it's just weird.
Yeah.
And then Santa Fe, there's Chico's and Ann Taylor and all these other stores, but it's got the nicer ends and the better fabrics and the better manufacturing than maybe what you'd find at an Ann Taylor loft factory store, or maybe what you'd find at Ross or Macy's, or maybe even Nordstrom. So it's a little different in my little shopping zone. Of a Peruvian connection, that's the alpaca wool clothing. I don't think there's anything in there less than $100. So it's not like one can go in there to their clearance rack and flip the items. It's just not like that. In the thrift stores with the fancier brands, some are in really good condition, but some of these rich people, they wear their clothes out and then donate them. So it's
Hmm.
like,
Yeah, shoulder pads are actually coming back. I'm actually seeing those in a lot of new clothing um, that I've come across. So, yeah, get ready for that. I
but are
just
they
hope
going to be
the
linebacker?
I hope the big hair is not coming back. I don't know if I could do that.
I still do the pump, and that's been out for a while. I could do big hair.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't think I'm up to it.
I actually like doing big hair.
I got a perm in the big hair days, and I looked like I had Darth Vader's helmet on. It it didn't look bad, but it was like, whew.
I know. I don't get the whole high waisted pancake booty jeans thing. Yep, me neither.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I mean, there's some things that, you're glad that they're coming back or whatever, but man, there's some things you just want to, let dead, what is it? So what is it?
Live and let die.
Yeah, just let it die. Just leave it alone. Yeah, invest in hairspray and styling gel.
Well, is the trend about every 20 years? It just sort of rolls that way.
Seems that way
So 2018.
because we were just kind of in the '90s not too long ago.
Well, 1988. What was big? You know.
My belly. I was no, I wasn't. Was I
I was
pregnant?
working the magic because my son was born about a year later. So tells you what I was doing.
There you go, Alana. I still rock my Boy George concert tee though. Heck yeah!
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to seen him in concert.
Boy George.
Well, he was on that Celebrity
He
Apprentice.
was
He seemed pretty
awesome.
smart.
He was
Absolutely.
he was awesome.
One wonder.
Huh?
Yep, but
It was a one-hit wonder.
Madonna.
No, he had good songs. He had good songs.
Madonna was like at the height right there at the end of the 80s.
Mm-hmm. 88. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He the Culture Club only made like one tape, didn't they?
I think he had a few
Yeah.
more.
I think he had a few albums.
Mm.
And then they broke up, and I think then he had a few more albums.
Yeah.
But I think
Julie
he's
said
more popular in
she's
England.
Nikki had 4 gold albums.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just
remember
sold
one time
a poster.
I wanted to
poster.
dress up like Boy George. Remember one year I wanted to dress up like Boy George for Halloween. And I did. Which
Boy George
everybody's
is
like,
in
well, it doesn't make any sense because you're a girl. And I was like, yeah, I guess. I so badly wanted to dress up like him. I don't know why. Everybody's like, it's not funny because you're already a girl. So how is that funny? I was like, I don't know. I thought it would be hilarious. Guess it would have been more hilarious if I had my brother dress up like him.
Yeah, probably. You probably get more of a wow effect with him dressing
Yeah.
up.
Mhm. Well, I wasn't very creative, so I had to figure something out because I had to make my own costume that year.
Right.
Because after I got out of elementary school, my mom wasn't going to buy me no more costumes.
Wow. You just had to be creative.
I had to be creative.
Yeah. We didn't get. I mean, we just got hobo. I remember dressing up as a hobo and a clown, and yeah, there wasn't much creativity there. It was just kind of put something together.
Yeah, my go-to was rock star.
Yep.
Just wrap my hair, wear a mini skirt.
Yep.
Put weird makeup on.
Yep. Hair was standing straight up.
Be like a punk rocker.
Yep.
Color
Punk rocker.
hairspray.
Yep.
But now it's like everybody, I used to wear a mini skirt, but I mean, now it's like every costume they have out has to be slutty.
Yep.
I mean, everybody wants to be a slut, either a slut cat or a slut ghost or a slut this or a slut that. It's like, how many kinds of sluts can there be?
Apparently a lot. My son to this day does his own costume. He might buy a couple of pieces, but he puts his own thing together. He doesn't go trick-or-treating anymore, but goes to the Halloween parties.
Right.
It entertains him to create his own costume.
Slutty raccoon at Value Village this year. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I never understood. Oh, excuse me. It's not slut. It's sexy. Sexy ghost. Sexy cat. Sexy nurse. Sexy this. But I say slut because they all look like sluts.
It's
They
only
do.
I
sexy.
remember
It's only sexy because they don't have many clothes on or much clothes on.
this.
That's why
I
it's
remember this one
sexy.
year. My sister. This is gonna be weird. My sister's ex-boyfriend's girlfriend
Thanks for the warning.
wanted me to go to the bar with her on Halloween and dress up for the costume contest. Well, I used my daughter's sumo wrestler costume. You know, one of those air-filled costumes, you know? And and everybody was like, "Oh my god, that is the coolest costume ever," you know, and everybody's just and all these sluts were like, "I don't think that's that great of a costume. She looks dumb." Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a slut. I decided to dress up as a sumo wrestler. You know, but they were all like, I think my costume is better. And it's like, I can see your ass. It's not better. You know, it's like, why don't you leave something up to the imagination?
Oh my
No,
gosh.
I'm not. I'm not a mean drunk. Oh, okay. I thought you meant me.
Yeah, Julie says every time I'm feeding my raccoons, you ladies bring up raccoons. And Mike says, "You have a raccoon, Julie?"
That's cool.
That is cool.
My cat a raccoon.
But then you have different things that sell or have interest that you've had for a long time. And as they say, everything sells. See if I can, oops, see if I can get this right. So this is my item, this brown jumpsuit, jumper, romper. Yeah, just that one. It just amazes me that somebody would be interested in it. I don't know how I'm not getting the light right, but I don't know. It never sold on eBay, but somebody's interested in it on Etsy.
Huh.
So it's like different strokes with different folks.
Yeah, there's, that stuff. I'm telling you, that stuff's coming back.
It is. And even the floral pants. I think it's interesting to see them like for spring.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of the big designers, they put out the ready to wear stuff, but it's very similar year to year to year. And I think it has to do with manufacturing costs too.
Oh, sure.
You know, if you went into my friend was telling me she went into Penny's and all the clothes looked cheap. And she remembers when Penny's had nice clothes, pretty well made clothes. She said the prices are higher and the fabrics are crappier, the manufacturing's crappier. And that's what people are seeing. So if they can buy the shirt that they see in the store, you can just press your phone up against the UPC code and find it on eBay for less, or where it arrives at your door, kind of thing. So I don't know. Yeah. I like to sell stuff that you can't find at every mart or department store, but I like the more vintage department store things because they are better made and the colors are different. It's just not something you would find at the regular store today. Seems like it has a faster chance of finding somebody with interest to it. My friend is telling me I need to be selling drop shipping. Find something on Alibaba and then sell that. Sell the heck out of that. Be interesting to do. Does anybody in the chat do drop shipping or has done drop shipping successfully? Would it be something Valerie or Sally or Nikki? Would you be interested in doing drop shipping?
No, I don't do drop shipping.
No.
I wouldn't be interested in it.
I will. I'm not either.
It works like, for some people, but not me.
No, I don't see it working for me either. Well, you could buy it for 15 cents and sell it for $15. I said, oh, I can do that now. I don't have to go to China to buy a doodad.
There's so many risks drop shipping. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, like Jennifer Santiago, she's got a good drop shipping companies, but they're just so far and few between that right. And the thing is with drop shipping companies is they have so many people out there selling the same stuff.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I like my one-off stuff.
Me too. I sold a postcard for $19.99 the other day. How am I going to get that?
I don't bash anybody that does it. I don't recommend it either.
No, right. But for me, it would be not functional.
Night, J Thrifts and Flips. Have a nice night.
Sleep Good well. Night.
You have to find the right thing to sell. That would be a good, consistent seller.
I remember one time I tried drop shipping and I sold a leather jacket. And it made all right money, but and it was fine, but then if you looked on eBay, everybody was selling that same jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, yeah, I wasn't into it.
Well, and it also is coming out of a mouth that doesn't sell online. It looks easy. Online sales appear easy. It's not that easy. And who wants to sell a plastic doodad for, a $15 turn? To me, it's just not interesting. And I can't seem to convince him that it's not a better way.
Well, sometimes you just can't convince people. Sometimes they just have to learn. Yeah. And maybe it'll work for them. Who knows?
No, but I think, like Nikki was saying, if you have the right company and everything is working, yes. But to have to start from scratch and to figure it out and the trials and tribulations of doing that, I think it's very risky. And it'll be very risky on eBay. The defect system and the changes that they've made. And probably some of that is from drop shipping.
Yeah.
People weren't fulfilling the way they needed to.
You're still holding 36 people watching. That's pretty good.
That is awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Well, hopefully you all are listing, making some money.
I haven't listed a darn thing.
I'm on my second item.
Well, I've listed 3 things today, which is nothing to, yeah. It's not nothing. It's not nothing, but, huh?
How many did you list?
3.
Oh. I listed 8.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was you, we'd all be doing it. Ain't that the truth, Chris? I like just doing my own thing. I don't want to sell other people's products like that.
Yep, that makes sense. Sometimes my tablet's a little slow for my Wi-Fi. I have to pick it up.
Oh, way to go, Violet Lemon.
Well, no, she is just so good. She's just so good at listing. Wish I could be that good. I can be that good.
You can.
It just takes perseverance
You
and
aren't feeling good today, so
yeah, but that's not an excuse.
So even when you feel bad, Nikki, you should be listing.
yeah.
She says if I'm gonna get to, she wants 1,000 listings in her store by March 31st. If she wants that, she has to
Wow.
list 40 a day.
Wow.
Um,
Good job.
yeah.
And the templates, yes, have helped a lot. So, and then, I also want to get into Macari and Etsy. I want to start listing on those too. So,
Oh.
They are easier, and they do have different customer support structures, and
mm-hmm.
they have different processes. And Mercari just went to, as soon as they leave feedback, then they start the deposit process.
How many items do you
Uh-huh.
have on Macari?
Who?
Me, I don't. I have to look. Hold on.
Oh, I think I have like 9.
Oh, I got a couple hundred.
That's good.
I don't know where it would tell me how many exactly I have. But I have quite a few, and I have a variety. I have quite a number of clothes, and I've sold quite a number of clothing on the cart, which I find interesting. Before they upgraded, I guess a year or so ago, you could complete like up to 30 drafts, and then they made it where you couldn't do drafts. I have 15 followers.
Etsy can be a good platform. You just have to give it love like you do eBay. You really have to work at it. But list on Etsy all the time. You'll.
Absolutely.
I hope I'm not getting the flu again. My tummy really hurts.
I hope you're not either.
I used to make homemade dog treats for Etsy. I used to make a killing on it.
I've thought about that. It even like pie kits. They assemble the dry ingredients for people. But I was wondering if you need some sort of license for that.
Mm,
I'd be afraid of making somebody sick.
Oh, I thought she was kidding about writing a book.
who?
Violet Lemon. She says maybe I can hit 500 on Etsy by then, and then I can work on my book.
There you go.
Well, if I have the flu or not, I'll have my show tomorrow for sure. But I
Yep,
will
it's
trudge through
it's
it.
a done deal.
No, I have a guest, so I can't cancel. I will trudge through it.
You'll be fine. You got to go into town tomorrow?
No.
Good. Stay home.
Do it
Stay,
now.
stay
So,
home.
and don't let them talk you into going to town.
I don't plan on it. Well, that's good. And shit, Julie, I just checked out. Local troublemaker you got.
Um,
I don't know. I used to get the flu shot, and I never used to get sick. I stopped getting the flu shot. Now I get sick all the time.
I did a quick little scroll in my Facebook feed, and one of the items says a Japanese legend says that if you can't sleep at night, it's because you're awake in someone else's dream.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not feeling good. I'm gonna go to bed, guys. I'll talk to you guys in the morning.
Okay, bye now.
Bye, guys.
Feel better.
Bye.
I hope she's okay.
Hope so too.
Boo, 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 boo.
Oh, no poo poo poo.
Yeah, getting kind of tired of myself.
It's 10:30 here.
Yeah, it's 11:25.
And go to bed.
I don't know. No,
Don't
I'm
know.
setting up my e-crater,
Hmm.
or trying to anyway. Mm, maybe.
Summer says, let's cheat and relist some of our old stuff to hit the 25.
Heck yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
You
Why
guys.
not?
I can't do that because now I'm good till canceled.
That's funny.
I'm screwed.
Hmm.
I hear.
Hello, Kelly.
I heard that yawning.
Winner.
Ansley, it's eCrater is, I guess, like a another platform. Does it switch your eBay over to the eBay listings over? Oh, cool.
Yeah, you can import your stuff over there.
How much does it cost?
Nothing.
Free.
I
like free.
Yeah.
Free's always good.
More people have not liked this video because they can't find the button.
Huh?
Somebody say that?
Joanna says, why haven't more people liked this video? I says, because people can't find the thumbs up button. Obviously, I mean, that's what I'm thinking, that the only reason why they have not.
I don't know.
Is because they can't find the button.
Julie says once you get the free creator going, the free e-creator going, pay a small amount to bump up your listings. It works great.
Well, thank you, Kelly. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And maybe they're watching on TV and they don't have the option to.
Possible.
Do you remember the little system that they had not too, well, it's been a few years ago, but like it was like web TV?
Yeah.
So you had your box that went to the TV so you could do internet type stuff.
Yeah, so I'm doing the whole um thing on there where I'm importing, so apparently it takes
Yeah.
a little bit for that to happen.
Oh, very
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know. It's worth a try.
So here's my generic question. I know I've done something that works for me, but how do we keep track of the items that we have cross posted on multiple sites effectively? Is there a software that one has found that works really well to help track that stuff?
I don't think so. I don't think there is anything.
You know
If
that
there
that would be something cool now for somebody to develop.
Kelly says, "Oh, I have one of those. I have to list." It was my grandma's. Thanks for reminding me. The web TV.
Oh, nice.
Where's it advertised? I don't know. Jessica has it. Um oh, so that's where I learned about it. And reseller mom says Vindu is making one. So maybe making a something to keep track of everything.
Mm.
That would be awesome.
It would be awesome. I try to review my listings in a sort of bird's eye view to see if
Mhm.
anything's sold, and so I can get it off the other site for sites. I don't know if I'd pay for subscription of that, but I would maybe a one-time fee. If somebody created a good one, I would buy it.
I just make a simple spreadsheet to keep track of all the websites items are listed on. That would be a good way to go, I think, and just color code them
This is
so
how I
so you
started.
know.
hmm And there's free Microsoft Office starter, which is the basic Word, Excel, Access, I think, and
Mhm.
something else. And the spreadsheet works pretty good. But I do something like this, but it's not electronic, of course, but it does help me track things. Just want it to be automated.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear too. Too many sites, then double selling. And that's really just something that you have to know what you're selling on, what site you're selling on, and then when you sell something, you immediately have to go to each of those sites and make sure, like, if I have something listed on TrueGether, even though they say that it's, taken off, um, I want to make sure that it's taken off.
Right?
I have to double check because I mean, it's my butt. It's not anybody else's butt that's gonna,
Mm-hmm.
get in trouble for that. So,
I'm gonna try to do a non-floating.
You looked for True Gather and couldn't find it, Kelly? I have it.
And if anybody wants to start an Etsy account, I can send you the link. Then you get 40 free listings, and I will get 40 free listings.
Why don't you send me one of those?
Oh, it's
Okay.
True Gather. That's why. There you go. It's Gether instead of gather. It's gather. Yeah, I just put the link up there. Yep. No problem.
I picked up these Pimpernel placemats at the garage sale. And then I noticed the last one has like a cigarette burn.
Yeah, of course.
The challenge of the reseller, you know?
There you go, Kelly.
Y'all remember Lynette Jennings?
Doesn't
No.
sound familiar.
Like homey craft kind of stuff. I have a foot pack. Comes with 4 brushed nickel finish feet per pack. Can be used on any cube or in a combination with a 4-span shelf. So if you have something that you want to raise up off the ground, have I got the set for you? Let's see. Yeah, I have to figure out how to find that link again. I sent it to Jessica and she started putting her stuff up.
Reseller mom says, what are those called that are 2 separate feet slippers that are each vibrated?
Mm,
They vibrate. They're vibrating slippers.
yeah, I think aren't they like feet warmers?
Mm, I'm not sure.
Hey, Bingo, come here. Leave Roscoe alone. He's trying to sleep.
What is your email again, Valerie? CPR.
Chick, 911.
Oh, shit. 911. At
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Sally, are you selling on Etsy?
Am I on Etsy?
Uh-huh.
No.
Would you like 2? Would you like 40 free listings? I can send you an email which will have a link if you're interested.
Sure.
Okay.
It's 76
76.
Sally Nasser, SALLYNASSER @gmail.com.
And if anybody is interested in the chat, just send me a message and I will send you an invite. It says my invites were sent.
Nice to meet you too, Kelly.
Yeah. You're welcome to come on anytime you get a little message.
All right, my e-creator's done.
Is it done already?
Well, I exported.
Oh, I haven't done that yet. Mine's waiting still. Preview. Let's see. Well, it just says waiting. I don't know what we're waiting for.
It needs a secret handshake.
Need something. I suck at Excel.
What do you mean?
Well, I found like a template that I want, but it's got all these other numbers in there, and I don't want all this other number stuff in there. So how do you get rid of it? Like the pre-made template? I'm just having to go through and like delete all of it. I'm sure that's not the right or correct way to do it. It's probably the long way to do it. But
On
I guess
Excel,
I would rather do it on Google Docs, but there's not a template over there for a spreadsheet that has all the number
well,
stuff in there.
whenever you start it, it should just have the numbers down the side and the letters on top. That's all that should be in it.
No. Because there was a template. So I don't know. I don't know how this works.
Man, this heater's making my legs hot. Yeah, that's all my Excel. Like, whenever you start an Excel sheet, it only has numbers on the side and letters on top. It's not a template or anything. I mean, I'm sure if I downloaded a template to put into it, it would look different.
Right. And that's what I did is I
Oh,
downloaded a template.
we have to just make sure that the template is what you want.
Right. I think it is. I hope it is. Like I said, I'm not good at all this. Guess I'll learn.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Save. New. I don't want that. Blank workbook. No. Okay, so it saved it. That's good. Okay. Okay, what are you doing? It's mommy. It's past my bedtime.
I'm just hanging out here waiting. Well, I moved the dog kennel into the office here and have the heater and all that. It just seems awkward to have it in here. And I'm still not resolved about the other dogs of my current dog.
Right.
She's holding strong, but she needs a friend. And the other couple opportunities I had to get a dog, they just didn't seem to be the right fit. I think I probably need another miniature dachshund. Or, small. Or at minimum, a smaller dog.
Ansley wants to know, do you think jewelry would be better on Etsy?
Did you hear in that auction, it was Velma who said jewelry does really well on Poshmark.
Yeah.
So maybe,
Did say that.
pick a couple of pieces and do some research and see what you find. I would say yes, but Etsy buyers can be fickle. They don't sell jewelry. I have a couple of pieces. I watched Margaret, the Texas Gal Treasures. She's done a lot of jewelry stuff there. I think you have to know your piece. So if it's fancy and nicer, it probably would hold its own and find a buyer pretty quickly. But if you have regular run-of-the-mill stuff, it might work better to lot it up. I think it just depends on what you have. But maybe that's something we can invite Thelma, and she could give sort of a tutorial of jewelry.
Maybe.
Or she could host it on her channel. Just a basic, common keywords or stuff like that. Because I think it would be an interesting information.
Right.
If jewelry fell on my head right at this moment, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I like to wear it occasionally. I like to look at it, but I don't necessarily know what I have.
Right.
The Queen's jewels could fall on my head. I wouldn't know the difference.
Well, a lot of time you just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, and that's what I did with clothes. That's what I've done, and we've all done that. But jewelry kind of scares me. I could have a 14-karat gold ring, and I'm thinking it's 10 or something.
Yeah, but you would figure it out. You would figure out what a 14-karat gold ring look like.
True.
There's ways to find out stuff about that and learn about it, but the only thing is not knowing if something is vintage or if it's current. There's a couple of things to be scared about, but you just have to, you'll learn that with experience, and you'll learn it from talking to other people about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just clicked onto Tradesy. They also have jewelry sales, and it looks like there's a lot of higher end brands with good prices. So I would say just pick a couple pieces and just research the heck out of them and see what you see, because you will see different prices between eBay and Poshmark and Tradesy. And some of those nicer things, Ruby Lane sticks out of my mind. People are listing stuff there, and it's kind of like a strip mall environment compared to the other websites. But Etsy can be a really good place, and there are ways to see souls. I'm not familiar enough that I would say how to do it, but there's ways to look at souls and see what's out there, see what has sold. I would think there's a lot of buyers that know what they're buying, when it comes to jewelry. Like talking to Todd, those gold and silver buyers, when they're buying, they know what they're buying. They're not really figuring it out on the way. That's what I'd be afraid of too. Somebody would know that I really didn't know and could say, like if you take your car into the shop, how do you know they haven't beaten your radiator to hell and then tell you need a new one? I would just be afraid. That's my one big one. Big yawn. I want to get my qubits up. I found a box for this on eBay. I guess it was quite the thing. Like modular type of shelving system. So now if you want it off the ground, you can buy my item. Whee.
Yeah, I only had like 8 that I did drafts on yesterday, but I had like a total of probably 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
And I took pictures of all of those and I put them all up yesterday instead of just putting a few up, I put them all up. So now I don't have any drafts.
Oops.
Yeah.
Did you ladies sell anything today?
Vintage perm rods.
Oh, nice. I sold some the other day. The aluminum kind.
You didn't
That's good
sell
advice.
anything?
I I didn't sell anything today,
Oh,
but I did sell the vintage perm rods the other day.
I sold a Lucky shirt blouse. Um, has polka dots on it,
Ooh.
and I sold a metal water bottle,
cool.
and I sold a plus size shirt blouse. So
Nice.
Cool.
I bought a little baby thermos. I want to say it has that foresty looking patina, we'll call it, with the men's Outback pattern shirt
hmm
and an LL Bean. I don't know. It's not really a wallet, but it has a place for all of the credit cards and cash, and it can like hold a book. Seems like there's just an open space. Man purse. I don't know. So when they're in the woods in their shirt with their coffee cup or thermos and their book and their credit cards, they're ready for all seasons, all activities. Got money, dressed, and hot coffee.
Shut up,
Hello.
rats. They woke me up. I was taking a nap.
Hi.
I'm too half cheeking it on my chair because my dog is sitting right behind me.
You scared the crap out of me.
I was sitting like
He's reaching in between my shelves with his hand and going like this. It's Job. He just walked in the door. That's why the dogs are barking.
oh my gosh. Ringo, where you going? Okay. Guess they need to go outside. I'll be back.
Yeah. Thanks, Nikki. At least I didn't bang my head on the desk. But I felt it get really quiet. Well, I think she's talking to somebody. And Valerie went to go feed her cat or dog or let them out or something. So you just had me. But I've been listing my qubits. I didn't realize there was a furniture system that needed to be lifted off the ground. Night, Nikki. Julie, your day starts at 1 a.m. Where are you? Oh, an hour south of Tampa. So you are a night owl to do eBay? or do you have another job? I would, if I didn't have a real life job, I'd be up till 2 or 3, that's for sure. Sue, how is it the stuff selling from what you learned or what you were encouraged to list from the List It or Ditch It? Have you done well with that stuff?
Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay.
I started working the chat. I
You
was
work.
kind of flickering my eyelids, but I'm trying to get my listing finished. Yeah, thanks, Nikki, for calling me out. She already went to bed, I think. She might be lurking in there some more, waiting for my head to bang on the desk. Nice, that's good to hear, Sue. You had some really cool stuff.
Hi, Sue.
I asked if she did well with the stuff that she listed. I've listed a few things, and Nikki really helped me. The main thing that Nikki helped me with was a 2 shelf L-shaped shelfie thing, shelving unit, and I just sold it for $30 on Mercari plus shipping.
Nice.
So that's what I'm saying. And I think it was Sean who said, he's selling a Mercari, and people do pay up a little bit. And part of it, I think, is because maybe they're selling and they have the money, but it's just a different venue. And
Right.
they might be disenchanted with eBay. I mean, there are people that don't think eBay is all that. My son refuses to go on eBay unless he has to. He's an Amazon kid. But he has the subscription and he does the whole thing. So talking to my mom, she said, "What are you getting me for my birthday?" Yeah, thanks, Mom. But I said, "Well, what about an Amazon, Prime subscription?" And she got all excited. So I mentioned it to my son, and he said, "She does not need that. There's nothing she can buy on there." Like, oh. But we did it. We ended up getting her other stuff and cooked her dinner. But
Well,
I don't know enough about Amazon Prime. I mean, I know some of the stuff you get for free or reduced price, but
right.
I'm not an Amazon girl. Good night, Amelia. My boss's name is Amelia, and we call her Molly.
Huh.
And she has like the little air quotes around her name. It's kind of a silent chat, but it looks like there's people that are listing. So their fingers are doing the talking. 5 loads of laundry. Man, you guys all work really hard. You can come to my house and do 5 loads of laundry.
Yes, tomorrow is a new day, Summer. Go to bed and get some rest. I think I'm not far
I'm
from
not. I
there.
just need to finish my listing.
I'm
I'm not far
I'm
either.
yeah. I'm getting tired too. I know the dogs are like, "Mom, You need to go to bed. You have to get up at 5 a.m. Remember? I actually haven't been though. I've been getting up more like 6. So
I didn't turn my phone on till after 5 o'clock, so I only had a couple of snoozes in me, which I like to start it at 3:45. And sometimes I miss it, but sometimes I hit it, but it gives me enough of the feeling of sleeping in
mhm.
that I can get up and hit the ground running.
Yeah, I've not been very good lately. But I kind of had I guess you could call it an epiphany. I don't
Nice.
know. Well, because I'd like to start doing 20 to 25 just on eBay per day, and then
Right.
try to build up. I think the best way for me to go about doing like Mercari and Etsy and everything is to build one at a time rather than build several at a time.
The thing about Mercari is it's not computer based. It has to be on your phone or your
Right,
tablet. But
right,
you only have 4 pictures. You only have 40 characters in the title. I think you have 1,000 characters in the body, so you can be real chatty in the body. And
right.
then it has a couple other little sections, and then you hit post. And you
Yeah,
can do your own shipping, or you can have the buyer pay the shipping. It's super simple. It's as easy as Poshmark.
yeah.
You set it, you set the listing, set the title, boom, 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 list. So it's pretty easy.
So that's kind of my theory. But my epiphany was if you do, so say if I can do 12 listings before 3 p.m.
Hmm.
or actually before 2 p.m. That's a large window.
Right,
And so I think I could do that. If I split it up, I think it's a lot easier than, you know, trying to um, do it all at one time, and basically save everything until 11 o'clock at night. That's which is not a good way to go because if that happens, nothing's getting done probably for me.
right.
So
Do
if I
you do
work
you list?
on, hmm,
I'm sorry. Do you list in groups like all skirts or all shirts, or do you
yes,
mix
I
them up?
do. I try to do that.
Nice.
Um,
That makes
so
sense to stagger it, or maybe
so I
plan for more at a certain time.
so yeah, I'm thinking if I can shoot for, because I would like to actually do 5 complete live listings before the show even starts. And sometimes that can get a little iffy, especially with shipping and doing a
Right,
mail call video and all of that. But if I wake up at 5 and I get right into it, then I can do it. I've done it before, so I can't say it can't be done.
right.
So I just have to be very strict. And like tomorrow, I'm going to lunch. I was supposed to go to lunch today, but
I
that
saw
didn't
that.
work out. So, and that's me traveling like 35, well, probably close to 45 miles to have lunch. And so that's at least 3 hours or so.
Right.
So that's just not going to happen. So if I leave a little bit of leadway for myself, I could still you know, get things done.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, just test it for a week or two and tweak what you think could be improved or what you don't want to do that way.
Right. Yeah.
It's definitely doable. What about having one day that would be just listed? They do the show, but maybe more challenging items. I know you had mentioned doing clothes on the weekend or
On the
hard goods
weekday.
on the weekdays and the hard goods during the weekend.
Right.
Maybe come up with a listing schedule of different items, like skirts or tops or whichever, and just have a set schedule. Or though I guess what I was originally trying to say is, what about having one day where it's just listing? Would you be more effective that way and not so much stagger through the week?
I think that's a little overwhelming for me, and
Okay.
I think I actually get kind of bored with it. And I think I would, because I do that every day. I'm listing, um, pretty much all day, but I've got so many, like the dogs have to go outside, and I usually go with them, and so that takes me away, and then I have to come back and regroup and everything. So sometimes it's just better if I have um maybe a little bit of a break to
Makes sense.
I don't know, maybe that's not the way to go, I don't know.
Well, I guess
Uh,
just throwing it out because maybe condensing just sort of a power listing time and would relieve some of the other days.
yeah, and the thing is that I have to list every day. That's my thing, that I know that works for eBay when you're listing, every single day. um that's effective. And so I don't want to get out of not listing. I have to list every day. That's a must.
But could you list
Um,
40 one day and 5 the next, which would allow you to do other things like source or other EV related tasks? I think your idea sounds great. I'm not trying to dissuade you
no,
or
I no, I
just kind of
completely I understand.
throw in the other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I think staying on that 20 to 25. I don't want to sway away from that. I don't want to do any more than that. I think that's anything more than that is going to kind of throw a wrench into the, you know, into it, and I don't want to. I want to keep my store active.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
Are you falling asleep, Valerie?
Not falling asleep, but I think I'm about ready to
I
throw
just
in
hit
the
the
towel.
post button, so I'm gonna beat you ladies out.
I was just
It's
talking to Job. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But I think I am gonna hit the uh hit the sack here pretty quick.
Okay.
And
but I think that is a good idea. It'd be interesting to see if you when tracking your progress through that, at least for the next week or so. What worked better? Was it making sure those 5 are listed in the morning and then maybe 5 more before lunch or whatever the schedule is that you're
Yeah,
creating?
that's a good idea.
That it'd be interesting to see how you track and you're saying, well, it was easier to do the second set of 5 before 10 or whatever, or before
right,
12. And it
right,
put me in good position to have these other 5 done before 3,
right.
you know.
See you tomorrow, Black Eye Joe.
Yep. Set deadlines.
hmm Mini
Yeah.
steps.
Yeah. And I figure if I can, and I'm always trying to work a different schedule, as and try to make it the most what do you call it? Like the most effective. So, and I also want to incorporate, Mercari and, you know, and with eBay, there's such a demand that, it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. And the beauty of Etsy and Mercari is they're there.
Right.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to keep stirring the water so much as one does with eBay.
Right. Yeah. I mean, once I get some listings up, then,
Right.
then I can add, one here, one there, and slowly grow it. But just getting
Right.
it started is
Well, with the like for Etsy, the 43 listings, just giving you the opportunity to think about what you want on there. You definitely have the pictures, you have all the presentation. It's just a matter of setting it up
right.
and determining what you want to put there.
Right.
I would vote more hard if I guess what I'm thinking, as I'm saying it for my own store, I think I do better with hard goods on Etsy.
Mhm.
But I see a lot of really cute young ladies wearing vintage themes, and they're all flared out, and I'm thinking, well, maybe my stuff would sell better if I have a different presentation than on a mannequin or on a hanger kind
Right.
of thing. But I think there's a lot of ladies selling clothing
Yeah.
on Etsy. So why
Yeah.
not?
And that's the thing too, with Etsy, you're not going to be able to put everything that you're putting on Mercari or eBay. You're
Right.
not going to be able to. So you're going to have to pick out those, those items that are going to fit that platform also.
Well, and if you want to skirt the system, you just make sure you say that it's a supplier tool.
Right. Right.
But there's a lot of newer stuff on Etsy when you really kind of look around.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you don't see exactly what category they put it in necessarily, but yeah, go for it. And now is the time while you're stirring the water
Yeah.
and figuring out what you want and how you want to work it. On that positive note, you kids in the chat have a great night. Sally, Valerie, you two have a
You
lovely
guys.
evening.
You too.
I am
Get some
gonna
sleep and have a good day tomorrow. It's a new day.
Yep.
absolutely new day, fresh start.
That's right.
Okay, good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Ouch.
Have fun driving, Joe.
Hi, Sharky Mom Deals. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here and get some, try and get some rest,
Yeah.
get some sleep. So I hate to leave you here by yourself.
No, I'm alright. I'm gonna work a little bit and then I'm probably gonna go take a nap.
Okay.
So no worries.
Okay. Well, I will talk to you
Yep.
tomorrow, I
See you.
guess, right?
Yep. See you in the morning.
Okay. Bye, hon.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye,
Bye.
guys.